Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Boomcast. This is the 7th episode of the podcast, and today I've got a guest with me. It's my old friend Noah. We've done a couple of videos together, and he was actually in my very first episode of this podcast. So yes, how are you doing, Mr. Noah?
Great, Mr. Boom.
Thank you. Tell us what's been going on with you, man.
I've
We're
just
just gonna.
cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about that a little bit yesterday. So you're out of school now, I presume. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. No, I just need to get my certificate, and I'm officially done in high school.
oh yeah, you're graduating high school. That's right. I forgot about that. I was talking about more college related stuff. You got any?
I'm thinking about going to a university if I can. If I can, going to a community college.
Okay, that sounds cool. I geez, I was at I was on my way to the college I go to, which for privacy reasons I'll keep that name hidden. But I was off to college with my parents, and it was a little bit of a rough time because my parents and I, first of all, we were going during rush hour traffic, so it took a really long time to actually get there. Uh, and when we actually got to the college, we only had we got there half an hour before the school was going to close. So when we talked to the guidance counselor about classes to take, we kind of rushed it because there was only by the time actually sat down and talked about the class that I needed to take, she kind of told us like, "Hey, you need to hurry up. We're closing in like 6 minutes." So we kind of rushed the decision. I'm signed up for a class that starts next month, so I have like a 3 to 4 week break. But it's a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous because this is not like your traditional class, like a traditional semester class that takes place. That's a 16-week class. This is an 8-week class, so everything kind of goes faster, I guess.
Wait, did you say it was an 8 week an 8 week instead of 6 class?
Yeah, it's not like a traditional 16-week class where you take it for a
Oh,
whole.
oh, oh! I thought you said 6 week.
No,
Yeah, so I got.
no, 6 week would be bad. Like I would say no to that. But no, this is an 8 week class, meaning.
I took something like that once.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, back when took an online course for general psychology. It turns out I accidentally chose an accelerated course.
Oh, well,
So
how
it
did
sounds
how?
a lot like the one you're taking. What
Yeah,
subject?
we we were kind of rushing it because we wanted to. My parents and I wanted to pick out a class before the semester started, and we kind of rushed it because they were closing in 6 minutes, and we couldn't stay after they closed. So we just kind of rushed it and say, all right, we'll do this class. So and I'm not too sure about this class too, and that's the problem because this class again normally it's not a 16-week class, so it's an 8-week class. So and because of that, all the material is going to come at me faster, and I have to learn everything faster. That's the thing that kind of worries me is am I going to be able to have time to learn all that, um but yeah, college has been going good. Here, let me close my doors real quick just so uh I'm afraid it's going to interfere with the podcast. Sorry
Oh,
about that.
what?
I don't like it having my door open when I'm trying to record a podcast because I'm afraid some sort of outside noise is going to interfere with what we're trying to do. Uh, anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so
We were talking about the course you're taking.
yeah, so right now I'm taking math because I didn't pass it during the fall semester. So right now, I'm retaking that class, and just for the summer. But I'm worried about the 8 week class because everything's gonna come at me much faster, and I don't know if it's gonna be too much for me because I'll have to like process everything a lot more faster than I normally would. So yeah. Hopefully it all goes well. But yeah,
Well, you
huh? What?
if you're retaking a course, then you should already be familiar with the subject, the material, right?
I should be, yeah. I mean, I think the problem is that math has been kind of hard for me for the past few years. I've never been really good with math class. I used to be good at math, when I was younger, but nowadays it's gotten kind of hard for me. So the counselor I talked to suggested that I just focus on math class over the summer. That way I can just get that out of the way, and then focus on other classes that I've got going on after that.
Yeah, for me, math kind of depends. I kind of see math as a bit of a puzzle.
Yeah,
As long
it's
as you know what pieces go where, you can figure it out.
I've heard some people describe math as like trying to learn a second language, which in a way it kind of is like that because you have to learn about all these different formulas and all that stuff trying to figure it out. But I guess I can see how why describing it as a puzzle would work too. Um, but yeah. So yeah, congratulations on graduating high school. I'm happy for you, man.
Thanks.
Uh,
Now all I gotta do is survive college full time.
yes, that's the easy part. uh, so what are your thoughts on graduating? Are you gonna miss high school, or are you glad?
I'm a bit. I'm not quite sure exactly. It's gonna feel kind of different. Not quite sure if that's bad or good yet. It's gonna be a different kind of routine, so it's kind of going to throw me off a bit
Personally,
to
for
be
me,
without it.
yeah. Personally, for me, I kind of hated high school. I wasn't a fan. There was a lot of mental sort of challenges that I was going through. During my years in high school, I there was things like anxiety, that like depression that was stressing me out, along with trying to get done work and all these other things about school. So I was kind of happy about leaving school. God, I'm so if you sorry I keep looking up. I'm so freaking nervous because the stand for my setup looks crooked, and I'm like worried it's going to fall off, and that my stand's going to fall off. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I'll try not to mess with it too much during the duration of this podcast. But
So if
yeah,
that thing collapses, how bad would it be? Would it like hurt, or would it just be like an inconvenience?
at best it would be an inconvenience, but I'd really hate for that to happen during the filming of this podcast because I'm in the middle of recording it, and it would be a pain in the ass to. I don't even. I'm thinking about just touching it to trying and fixing it, but I don't want to knock it over by accident. So like hopefully, but if you see it, it looks tilted. So
Yeah, I
that's a
can't.
sign. That's a sign that it's going to collapse soon if I don't do something about it. I'll fix it after we're done recording. But
Okay. Yeah. So for me, I'm a bit indifferent about leaving high school. There's not really anything I'm gonna really miss from there, but it's just gonna be different.
mm. I mean, yeah, it is going to be. It is a change of pace. I mean, if you think about it, you spend the last 4 years in high school. The site's familiar, and after you graduated, it's like a chapter of your life that you get done with, and now you're moving on to this different, a new stage of your life. It was kind of weird for me too when I graduated high school, knowing that I wasn't going to come back again. unless like 10 or 20 years later they send me an email saying there's going to be a reunion or something like that.
You know, if there ever was a reunion, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be remembered. I wasn't really that much of a guy people really think about.
Yeah, and I probably would be in a similar case. I don't even know if my school would do a high school reunion just because there was so many people who went to this high school. You probably know this, but at the high school I went to, there was literally hundreds and hundreds of kids that went there. The capacity of the school was really big on how many kids it actually took in. So I'm not sure if they would even if they would it would be they would even be capable of doing a high school reunion because there'd be so many people who'd be coming back to do that, or uh, I don't know, man. High school was a stressful period of my life. I went through a lot of mental sort of stuff. I had I was dealing with things like depression and all these like other sort of bad thoughts with me. When it came to like my social life at school, I felt like my social life wasn't really the best at my high school, and that put me in a bad state. That I won't go into too much detail, but I'll just say this: after I graduated high school, I felt relieved to be done with it all for good, you know. And then I didn't have as much stress under my shoulders. Once once high school was done with, so I am glad to have graduated. Uh, to
So,
me,
what are your plans for your career?
well, if I'm lucky, I want to be able to do comedy as my career. Whether it be my skits on YouTube or doing stand up comedy because I've been doing some of that lately. But
You're
I'm
moving
mainly
away.
going to college. Just did you say something?
I just said, oh, so you're moving away from being an actor.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to do comedy in general and like entertain people. That's really what my main passion is. I'm going to college mainly just in case that sort of passion doesn't really work out. I'm going to college for a multimedia degree, so that way I have a backup plan in case what I want to do doesn't work out. Uh, but yeah, what else? What else has been going on with you? Besides school, what else has been going on with you? Have you seen any new TV shows or something lately, or movies, or played any new video games?
Uh, yeah, I've been trying this early release of a game called Dreams.
Hmm.
It's a creation type game that's still in the works.
I think I heard something about that from PlayStation. Like there was going to be a PlayStation exclusive game where that it involved that you would make graffiti drawings on the wall and those drawings would come to life or something. Okay, that's a different. Okay, I guess we're not talking about the same thing then.
Yeah, Dreams is basically making it's like any other type of imagination game where you bring your creations to life.
Interesting.
Lately, I've been working on a creation I make a where I make a dinosaur rampage world.
Hmm. That seems interesting. Is it kind of like the Disney Infinity in a way, where they had
Yeah,
a?
like
Oh,
that.
okay. So I think I
Oh,
get. I think I kind of get it then.
yeah, only you don't have to buy figures. You can create your own guys or look for creations people have already made, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex
Interesting.
or Bowser,
Or Bowser.
even Sonic and Mario.
Yeah, it reminds me of Scribblenauts. Do you remember that game, Scribblenauts Unlimited? It was basically a game where, and I think I have it on PC too. It was basically a game where it was about a kid who had this journal, and anything the kid would write in that journal would come to life. Um, but there were some restrictions. Obviously, it was a kids game, so you couldn't use any profanity, and you couldn't type things that were copyrighted. If you typed in things like Batman or Superman, that those characters wouldn't come. But I do think because it was a Nintendo exclusive, you could type in characters that were Nintendo related. Like if you typed in Mario or Luigi, those characters would come in. I think there was a sequel that included DC characters, so maybe you could theoretically, excuse me. So in that game, you could type in things that were DC. What are you doing?
Just doing a random thing. Twisting
Okay.
my. It doesn't really matter.
All right. um, to my audio only listeners, you're probably not gonna hear. You're not gonna get the full context of what I'm talking about. You're gonna have to
Oh,
watch the.
they can't. Yep.
No, you're gonna have to watch the YouTube video to see what I'm talking about. Cause honestly, I'm not sure how to explain what Noah's doing. So you're just gonna you're just you're just gonna have to watch the YouTube video to understand what I'm talking about. Cause I'm not even sure how to describe it. Um,
Oh, let's move on then.
yeah.
So, tell me,
What?
what are your thoughts on on dating online versus dating in person?
Uh, well, I personally can't really give a whole lot of detail about dating in person. I think it's kind of an interesting question because I think in many ways we live in a time where I think most people are doing online dating, That's sort of how most people are uh dating nowadays. You have things like Tinder, eHarmony, eHarmony,
Match.com.
Match.com. Have you ever noticed there's a lot of weirdly specific dating sites? Like I kept getting ads. I don't know if you watch if you've ever seen it, but on YouTube I kept getting these ads for a dating site called farmersonly.com. It's literally a dating site meant specifically for farmers. And there's also all other weird dating sites like that too. There was also a what was it called? Oh yeah, I recently heard about this. There's a thing called Gamers Meet or GamersDate.com, a dating site meant for people who play video games. There's a lot of weirdly specific dating sites out there. It's weird. Let me see if I can pull out. Oh, whoops. Uh, let me see if I can actually pull up any sort of them. Let me see. Weird. Let me Google it right now. Weird dating sites. Let's look it up. Let's look at weird dating sites.
You know,
You
I've
want?
always,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I've always figured that dating someone, that meeting and dating someone in person was better than online, since I always thought online dating was a bit impersonal. But yet, I'm sitting here dateless while my friend Caleb has already gone 2 dates by dating online.
I mean, it's Caleb is an interesting case though because he didn't meet the last two women. Did he meet them on a specific dating website or did he just happen to meet them like
I
playing video games?
I think he was just playing video games.
Yes, see that's the thing though because here because see the thing with dating websites it almost feels forced, that you're going on these sites meant looking specifically for someone to go out with. Video games, you're on there to play video games to meet other people. So it doesn't feel like force. You're just there to make friends. And if you're lucky enough, you can actually, if you get to know people well enough, you might meet a potential, girlfriend or boyfriend, and that was sort of the case with Caleb. Because even when you're just playing video games online, you're just playing for playing video games, and you're just there to maybe even meet people. You're not there specifically for dating. So when you do find that special someone, it feels more natural. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, on the topic of dating, let me read you. I just looked it up, Noah. You want me to read you the list of the most bizarre dating websites ever?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay. Google's has just given me a list of at least 8 of them. Let me read you some of them. All right. So the first one is called Data Golfer. This is called Data Golfer, a website meant to for people who want to date other people who like golfing. Diaper Mates. What the hell is that? Okay, hold on. Let me look that up right now. Diaper Mates. What the hell is that? I think there's a website a dating website meant for people who have some like weird diaper fetish, like who like to wear diapers or something. There's let me look, gluten-free singles. So I guess for people who want to date other gluten-free people. They've got clowndating.com for people for clowns who are looking to meet with some other clowns. 420 singles, a website for people who want to smoke weed. Mullet Passions, what does that mean? Mullet Passions.
A mullet's a hairstyle.
So like people who want to date other people with mullets? What's with these really specific ones? Oh, and here's one called Ugly Schmucks. Ugly Schmucks, meant for people who want to date people who consider themselves ugly. That's fuck. This website wants me to disable ad blocker. Okay. Turn off. Shut up. Pause on this site. Reload.
So, if you ever considered a dating website, what would yours be?
You mean out of all these weird dating websites, you want me to tell you which one I would do?
More like, what weirdly specific website would you use if you ever wanted to use one?
I don't know if I'd want to use any of these. These seem really weird.
Make one up then.
Okay. Maybe the Gamers Dating one. The Gamers Dating one seems kind of cool. I like to play video games. Here, let me see if I can find okay, Diaper Mates. Yeah, so Diaper Mates is literally a dating site meant for people who like wearing diapers. What kind of weird things are this? Is this herps fish? Date skaters, Amish dating, vampire passions? You'd think the end of Twilight would have eliminated this site, but it still exists. Sounds like a teen drama on ABC. Farmers Only. Hey, I just found Farmers Only. Miss Travel. naturist passion. There's a lot of ew. No, furry mate. No, I'm not. No, that's a bad one. Uh, I don't know, Noah. Which one would you use? What would you use?
Oh, I'd probably go for the gamer one too.
I don't know, man. The diaper mates one that seems kind of up your alley, man.
Speak for yourself.
What you don't want? You don't want to date people who have diaper fetish?
How about an adventurous dating website?
Like what? What do you people who like to explore or like to
Something like
travel?
that.
I think
The
that
whole opposite attract thing.
yeah, I think there's actually a something called where is it? Oh, I forgot about this one. Sea Captain Date, where you can date other sea captains. God, where is it? There's one called. Oh yeah, here it is. Miss Travel. I think the ideal site for attractive young girls who want to travel but don't have the funds. So it's basically a dating site for like women who want to travel and stuff. That might be something a dating site for you if you want to meet women who want to go out traveling and stuff. Uh, if you're up for that sort of adventurous sort of thing. What's
So,
naturist passion? I'm curious. At least you won't have to wonder what you look like naked before you guys meet. This is a dating site strictly for nudists. It's a dating site for nudists. So if you're wearing pants right now, this isn't the place for you. Noah, are you wearing pants right now? This might be for you, man. I found the dating site meant for you.
so big question, final question, maybe question.
Yeah.
Which would you do, in person or online?
Probably in person, just so I know what the person looks like, and if we're going to do it in person, it would have to be in a public location, just so that.
What about meeting a person for
Hmm?
the first time?
Well,
What
yeah,
about
that's what
meeting a
I'm
person?
saying. If I'm going to meet a person, I'm going to do it. I want to do it.
No, no,
Um,
no. What I'm saying is, how would you find a person to date? Would you rather run into them randomly, or would you rather find them online?
I mean, to me, if you're excluding dating websites, either one is good for me. If I meet someone online through via a video game like Overwatch or Call of Duty or something like that, I'm totally okay with meeting them up in person as long as it's in a public space. And really, that's a rule you should have. Whether if you do a dating website or if it's like a video game you meet them through, either way you should meet up in person because you don't know what kind of people you meet up online. It's better to do it in a public location. uh but yeah, but what do you think? Have you thought about joining a dating website?
I've considered it, but I think I'd rather meet someone in person. Never really know who you're going to meet online.
And I totally understand that sort of mindset, and in some ways I do agree with you, but at the same time we're kind of living in an age where online dating is sort of just the way a lot of people meet up nowadays. So in many ways it kind of feels like we may or may not even have a choice. And that's the thing that kind of
Uh,
sucks about online dating. Oh, excuse me.
so then, let's move on.
All right.
pick a number for 1 through 10.
A number 1 through 10. 5.
Okay.
What was the point of that?
Did I say there had to be a point?
Okay. Uh, Maybe I should have planned out topics for this. I thought we could have just talked and stuff.
Avengers Endgame. Thought.
Uh, I literally did an entire podcast dedicated to Avengers Endgame, so I don't
Spider-Man
know.
Far From Home.
Huh? Oh, Spider-Man Far From Home, sure. Spider-Man Far From Home. How do I talk about it without spoiling Endgame? That's the big question. Spider-Man Endgame looks really interesting. I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I hear this is going to be what's his name? Tom Holland's last movie as Spider-Man. So I am looking forward to it. I think Mysterio is probably going to be the bad guy, despite how this movie depicts. I think Mysterio is going to be the bad guy, despite how this trailer depicts him as being this potential good guy. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
What do you think of the elementals?
The elementals.
Water, earth,
Water, fire. So what? We're talking about Avatar now?
No, those big guys Mysterio was fighting.
Oh, the elementals. I honestly don't know enough about that to really give an opinion on that. So I don't really know what to say about regarding that.
Aladdin.
Will Smith looks kind of weird as Aladdin, but I don't really know what else to say about that. Oh, there is something, if you don't mind getting into the, like, if you're interested, there is something that I was sort of interested in talking about. There was a there was something I came across a few days ago that I thought would be interesting to talk about. It's open with Google Docs. Let's do that. Basically, it's a did you hear? Have I told you about the Vic Mignogna situation? Basically, he was a few months ago when Dragon Ball Z Broly came out. Some people were accusing Vic Mignogna of like sexual harassment and assault and all that. Well, apparently, one of the two of the people who was accusing him was two people who worked for Funimation as well as Vic. And apparently Vic Mignogna is filing for a lawsuit against... Will you shut up? Thank you. Sorry. My for some reason my iPad is still connected to my dad's phone. I need to fix that. But anyways, Vic Mignogna is filing for a lawsuit against Funimation, and I think Monica Rial as well, under the grounds of defamation, I think. Because he's in a position right now where he's getting fired from a lot of the places he worked at as a voice actor and producer and all that. And obviously he doesn't want to go out of a job. So he's filing for a lawsuit under the guise of defamation. There's let me see if I can actually find let me see if I can actually find the Reddit. Okay, so Reddit, Vic Mignogna lawsuit. As you can see, folks, I did not prepare for anything. I just sort of thought we were going to chill and have a nice day. Okay. So there's the original lawsuit papers, which that's kind of long. There was a response by Monica Rial regarding the situation. Okay, these a lot of it involves legal papers. So so I won't get into it. Do you have an opinion on whether Vic's guilty or not? There's a lot of people arguing whether or not Vic actually did the crimes that he committed. Did the sexual harassment or sexual there's a big argument whether or not Vic actually did these things, and it's been going on for the past several months, ever since these accusations came to light mid-January, I think. Do you think Vic actually did any of this stuff?
Well, I've only heard rumors. So, for now, I'd say he's innocent.
Like innocent till proven guilty, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that I can sort of respect. Some people have this sort of mentality when it comes to this sort of stuff where if somebody's accused for doing something really bad, like sexual harassment, like obviously that's a really bad crime. Some people kind of had this mentality of like if someone points the finger and claims that they did sexual harassment, you automatically that means that person is guilty, and that person has to find out how to defend themselves, because if he can't defend himself from that allegation, then he's automatically guilty. And I think that's a really bad. It's a mindset some people have adopted, and I think it's a really bad mindset. Because with that mindset, anyone could just point the finger at anyone and say they did it, and they did this bad thing, and they don't have any really opportunity to be able to defend themselves. So so I do respect your point of view, and like being able to give Vic a chance, being able to give Vic a sort of chance at proving himself innocent, because some companies have already fired him, because Funimation fired him, I think 2 or 3 months ago, and I think Rooster Teeth also fired him because he played a character on Rooster Teeth, and they also fired Vic, which, if you kind of think about it, they did fire it. It might have been for a business decision, because if someone does have those kinds of allegations on them, like committing sexual assault or something along those lines, you don't want people like that to be able to. You don't want you don't want someone like that working for you, even if it is just allegations, because you don't want to get a bad name for your company enough. So for a business decision, I can understand that, but I also understand why Vic is kind of frustrated and is pursuing this lawsuit. So, I should probably explain. You know who Monica Rial is, right? She's the English dub voice actor for Bulma on Dragon Ball Super, and she had some of her own allegations about Vic Mignogna and things that other people have heard too. And the lawsuit Vic has it's not just against Funimation, but the lawsuit is also going against her specifically. So I hope it is kind of a sad sort of situation, or an anxious sort of situation we're seeing right now. But do you want me to read you some of what the lawsuit says, if you're interested?
Okay.
It's mostly legal papers, to be honest. So let me just read a little bit of it. This is so this was the lawsuit that I think Vic's attorney sent out. So plaintiff Victor Mignogna complains of defendants Funimation, Jamie Marchi, who's the other voice actor, Monica Rial, and Ronald Toy, and for such purposes would show. Discovery is intended to be conducted for Texas Rule of Civil Procedure. Blah blah blah. Uh, I'm trying to find a specific like theme, but it's a really long document. So basically, it's a lawsuit complaining that with Vic Mignogna's complaint that he made they made these allegations and it ended up costing him his job and that sort of thing. So uh let me see. I think they attached a screenshot with this. I'm not seeing it. All right, whatever. Uh, but what do you think? Do you think? And I get your mentality of Vic. You know, until Vic is proven innocent, we'll wait for something to happen. But do you think if Vic wins this lawsuit, you think it'll mean he's innocent, and he'll be able to work for Funimation again?
Difficult to say. Allegations, even if they're proven wrong, may still stick around that position.
That's true. But I think if Vic wins this lawsuit, legally, Funimation is going to have to rehire him, and they may have to fire like Jamie Marchi or Monica Rial. Like I don't know how that would work. She might have to pay some sort of fine toward Vic for saying these things about him if they can prove that these sort of allegations were false. What kind of annoys me is that if Vic really, because I haven't heard of anyone actually try to file a police report about this. I've only seen people mainly complain about it on Twitter, which me, which if you're complaining about it on Twitter, for me personally, that always makes it skeptical, because if you're complaining about it via Twitter, then then it doesn't feel like you're actually uh, doing it because he did this bad thing. Because if it's justice you want, why complain about it? It makes me feel like that you're trying to get him fired from his job rather than trying to get him thrown in jail. Because if he did do this thing that was illegal, why not just go to the police about it? Why do you have to complain about it on these social media sites where the police can't really do anything about it, and at best, the only thing that will really be accomplished is the person you're complaining about might get fired from his job, which is what inevitably what happened to Vic. You know, because for me, if you complain about it on social media, rather if you complain about it on social media and go to the police about it, I can kind of understand. Have some sort of legality, but if you don't go to the police and just complain about it on Twitter, then it's like, to me, it seems like a red flag that something might be up. As far as I'm aware, no one has actually gone to the police about these allegations.
And what does that say to you?
Well, I don't want to call these people liars, but I don't want to say they're telling the truth either. I think it's important to be skeptical about the whole thing, you know, because there's some people, there's extremists, on both sides of the debate. There's extreme people on Vic's side saying they're trying to take away an innocent man's life, but they're trying to destroy an innocent man's life, or the people, the really extreme people on the other side are saying, We have to believe all these allegations, no questions asked, or something like that. Uh, if you want, we can just move on to something else. I've been sort of rambling for a little bit. Anything else you want to?
Okay.
You want any other topics you want to discuss?
How about the topic of what's your future what's your future direction for Tom Boom?
Probably just to keep making comedy skits and keep entertaining people. I got like 7 new subscribers. To me, I think that's a pretty good accomplishment.
So I've noticed that you only make a few second comedy skits.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just me by myself, you don't have to do something super long. You can just make a short skit with a few jokes, and that's it. It's not like a movie where I'm trying to tell a full story. That's what most people do. They'll make a short comedy bit and then a little comedy skit, and then that's it. You know.
You ever miss the old days when we used to make those type of videos?
If you want to be a guest on my Tom Boom channel, you can. Uh, you know, I'm always happy to have new people on my channel.
You taking any guest stars?
Sure. I mean, you've been in a couple of videos of mine. I can't see why you can't be in another one.
Listen, Tommy, I'd like to keep this up, but my phone's dying.
All right. We've been going on for almost an hour, 46 minutes, so I'd say it's a good time to end it. Thanks so much for coming on this podcast, Noah. This was really fun. Uh, Also, to the people watching or listening, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Subscribe to Tom Boom to keep watching comedy skits, and Noah might join peoplewithdiapersmeet.com. I think that's his dating site.
Only after you join that nudist dating com.
Hey, I'm proud of myself naked, so I think I'd be I
Gotta
would
go.
be perfect
I'm at
for
one
that
percent.
site.
I'm at 1%. Gotta go.
I see you,
Thanks
Noah.
for watching this very long podcast. See ya.
Bye bye, Noah. All right, see you, everyone.